I am so tired of the wellness industry. I'm tired of the lies, the grifting, the shame, the classism, and most of all, I am tired of people making billions of dollars by convincing you that eating healthy is expensive and complicated when it's neither. The wellness industry is a protection racket. They create anxiety about your food choices, then sell you the solution to that anxiety at a massive markup. Markup, my apologies. And we have all fallen for it, except for me. I'm joking, but you know what I'm saying. We are paying a shame tax for the privilege of feeling morally superior about our groceries. It is bona fide bullshit, and I am going to prove it. Let's start with the foundational lie. Healthy food? Oh, yeah. Let's start with the foundational lie. Healthy food is expensive. No, it isn't. Brown rice costs about, like, what, $2 a pound? I mean, dried beans cost $1.30 a pound, right? You know what you can do with rice and beans? Feed yourself nutritionally for days. Fiber, protein, all that. The USDA has quite literally calculated this. Americans can meet fruit and vegetable dietary guidelines for $2.10 to $2.60 a day. Per day. That is less than a cup of coffee. Frozen vegetables, which we'll get to, are absurdly cheap. A bag of frozen broccoli costs like $2 and lasts you multiple meals. Healthy food is not expensive. Beans are not expensive. Rice is not expensive. Frozen vegetables are not expensive. Eggs not expensive. Oats not expensive. The most nutritious foods available are some of the cheapest things you can buy. This narrative that healthy eating is somehow gated by price is a lie designed to make you feel better about bad choices or to justify the insane markup on wellness prices. And if you're about to say, well, what about organic? We'll get there. But the point is, basic nutritious food that will keep you healthy is cheap. Absurdly cheap. Anyone telling you otherwise is either lying or trying to sell you something. And by the way, guys, if you say that cooking is like too much effort after a day at work or like it takes too long, guys, you do know that like cooking beans requires you to like put it into a container and then soak it. You can just like go to bed. It takes like 45 seconds of prep work. And if that's too much for you, I'm sorry. Here's another one that makes me want to scream. The demonization of frozen foods. You've heard this shit, you know what I'm saying? Fresh is always better. Frozen vegetables are chemically bullshit. You should only buy fresh organic produce. It is all marketing, and it is provably false. A University of Georgia study of agriculture found that several frozen fruits and vegetables contain higher amounts of vitamin A, vitamin C, and folates compared to their fresh counterparts. Higher, not the same, higher. How is that possible if frozen is supposedly worse? Because frozen produce is picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen immediately. Fresh produce is picked before it's ripe so it can survive transportation, sits in trucks for days or weeks, sits in warehouses. They spray it with chemicals in order to basically force the berry or thing to grow, and then it sits in your grocery store, and then it sits in your fridge. By the time you eat it, it's lost a significant amount of its nutritional value. We have been preserving food through freezing, drying, fermentation, and putting it in salt water for thousands of years. This is not new technology, ladies and gentlemen. This is not scary. This is how humans survived before modern agriculture and year-round fresh produce. But the wellness industry has convinced you that anything preserved is somehow lesser because fresh commands a premium price. Let's look at actual peer-reviewed research says about this. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry compared vitamin content in fresh and frozen foods and vegetables, including corn, carrots, broccoli, spinach, peas, and green beans. Vitamin C are 5 out of the 8 items tested, there was no significant difference. For the remaining 3, frozen had higher vitamin C, riboflavin, comparable across the board, with frozen broccoli actually having more than fresh. Vitamin E, 3 items had higher levels and frozen, the rest showed no significant difference. Another study showed that after 5 days of refrigeration, frozen produce was more nutritious than fresh produce. Obviously, because if you buy fresh and it sits in your fridge, all the nutrients are just gonna get out. But anyway, you're not going to hear this from the wellness industry because they can't sell you a $12 smoothie made with frozen fruit when you know you can make the same thing at home for 50 cents. So, if healthy food is cheap and frozen vegetables are nutritionally equivalent to fresh, what's the wellness industry actually selling? Well, it's not healthy living, it's not nutrition, they're selling the performance of health. They are selling social status, ladies and gentlemen. They are selling the ability to post your farmer's market haul on Instagram. They are selling moral superiority, the feeling that you're doing it right and other people are doing it wrong. They are selling the aesthetic of wellness, not actual wellness itself. This is the shame tax. You pay extra not because the food is more nutritious, but because buying the expensive version signals that you're the kind of person who cares about health. It is conspicuous consumption dressed up as virtue, and it is everywhere. That $12 green juice you could make at home for $1.50, alright? That $8 organic apple when regular apples have the same nutrients. That 15 bag of quinoa when rice and beans compare comparable nutrition for a fraction of the cost. Shout out to Final Fantasy IX, by the way, quinoa. Shout out to Blue Magic. You're not paying for better food, you are paying for the feeling of being better than people who buy regular food. And then there's my absolute favorite piece of wellness propaganda. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. This may be the most stupid nutritional advice ever given, and it is everywhere. Food bloggers, wellness influencers, your mom's Facebook friend. Everybody repeats this shit like it's wisdom. Guys, it is weaponized chemical illiteracy. If everything used its scientific name, everything would be poison. Alright? Can you pronounce phenylalanine? That is an amino acid in bananas. Your body needs it to make dopamine. 5-hydroxide hydrochloride. That is vitamin B6. You need that shit to live. Ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C. L-glutamic acid, that is in tomatoes. Chemical names sound scary if you don't know chemistry. That's the point. The wellness industry exploits your lack of scientific literacy to make you afraid of normal-ass food. They create fear and then position themselves as the solution to that fear. It is pure capitalism. And of course, we're going to talk about the class dynamics here because this is where it gets really ugly. The wellness industry is fundamentally classist. It has created a moral hierarchy where poor people eat processed food and rich people eat clean. But here's the thing, it's often the same fucking vegetables. Frozen broccoli and fresh broccoli are nutritionally equivalent. We have established this. But frozen broccoli is stigmatized because that's what poor people buy. Fresh organic broccoli costs like 10 times more and becomes a status symbol. The same people who post about food justice and helping underserved communities will shame someone for buying canned beans at Walmart instead of dried beans from the co-op. The same people who talk about sustainability will buy individually wrapped organic vegetables shipped from across the country instead of frozen local produce. This isn't about health, ladies and gentlemen. This is about class signaling. The wellness industry has successfully convinced people that your moral worth is tied to your grocery budget, that eating healthy requires money and time and education that not everybody has access to. It is elitist as hell, and it is based on lies. Let's look at the actual economics of the wellness grift. A $12 smoothie from a juice bar probably contains, 50 cents worth of ingredients? That's a 2,300% markup. You're basically paying $11.50 for vibes and aesthetics. Superfood powders. Marketing. There is no scientific definition of a superfood. It is a term invented by marketers to sell you expensive versions of normal foods. And the cultural appropriation of all this. I mean, listen, these motherfuckers will genuinely take a food that has existed for thousands of years, rebrand it as some Bush League superfood, some sensu bean bullshit, shout out to Hell Pockets, and will just mark it up at an insane price because they discovered it. Shout out to cultural appropriation. Or, well, just gentrification. That's the better word. But anyway, detox teas is just regular teas, and your liver already detoxes for free. The organic premium, yes, paying 50 to 100% more for organic produce, provides little to minimal health benefits. The pesticide residues on conventional produce are well below harmful levels. In fact, 10 to 100 times below harmful levels. But organic sounds better, so you pay double. Clean eating apps that charge you $10 a month to access meal plans and recipes that you can find for free on the internet. There is an entire economy built on making you feel anxious about your food choices and then selling you overpriced solutions to that anxiety. They then create the problem and sell the cure. It's making them billions while you stress about whether your vegetables are good enough. You know what actually matters, guys? Eating vegetables at all? The research is incredibly clear on this. People who eat more vegetables are healthier. It doesn't matter if they're organic or conventional or processed or clean, okay? Frozen broccoli is exactly as good for you as fresh broccoli, alright? The $2 bag of frozen spinach, the same vitamins and minerals as the $8 organic fresh spinach. You know what the healthiest diet is? The one that you'll actually follow. If frozen vegetables make it easier to you to eat vegetables, buy the fucking frozen vegetables. If canned beans are more convenient, buy canned beans. If the farmer's market is too expensive, go to the fucking Walmart near you. All of these choices are fine. The wellness industry wants you to think it's complicated because complicated sells products. Eat vegetables, eat protein, eat whole grains, and that's basically it, alright? The wellness industry is worth billions of dollars, and it's built on making you feel inadequate. Every product, every influencer, and every blog post is designed to make you feel like what you're doing isn't good enough. Your food isn't good enough. It's not organic enough. It's not local enough. It's not fresh enough. It's not clean enough. You're doing it wrong. You're not trying hard enough. You need this supplement, this powder, this app, this meal plan, this coaching program. They create infinite amounts of problems to sell infinite amounts of solutions. And it works because we want to do the right thing. We want to be healthy. We want to take care of ourselves. And they exploit that desire to extract money from us by making us think that healthy living requires buying specific expensive products from them. This is a protection racket. Pay us, perform wellness the way that we tell you to, and you'll be safe from disease and moral judgment. Don't pay us, and you're doing it wrong. You're not one of the good ones who care about their health. You're one of the bad ones buying frozen vegetables at Walmart. Except, nigga, it's fine. They're nutritious. They're cheap. They'll keep you healthy. You don't need the wellness industry. They need you. So the truth of the matter is that the wellness industry is that the truth that they don't want you to know is that it's simple, okay? Healthy eating is accessible. It is very affordable. It is simple. You don't need superfoods or organic everything. You don't need to shop at Whole Foods or Gentrification Co. or a farmer's market. Frozen vegetables are fine, guys. Stop paying the shame tax. Stop screwing yourself over of your own health because you think that you can't get perfect health, guys. Fact of the matter is, you eat fruit, you eat vegetables, you eat non-red meat protein, and you should be cool in the game, bro. It'll be good in your hood. So, yeah, I just wanted to make this video. Sorry for the delay. You know, I got a bass. I'm a bassist now, so that's awesome. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Love y'all.